Anyway, guys, I've been thinking about changing habits and goals. I feel like making goals has not really worked for me, but I feel like changing habits has really helped me. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 10 habits that I have implemented in my life for a better, healthy life. Number one, I take vitamins, so I do want to be consistent taking my vitamins, but I feel like it's so difficult if I'm taking, let's say, 5, 6, 7 different vitamins. Some people do, so it means I have to open 7 different jugs to take out the vitamins. So what I decided to do, I bought this plastic case, yes. So I make a dosage for a whole week, yes. I prepare for a whole week, sometimes for 2 weeks. So this makes it so easy, so I don't have to go through like many different steps to take the vitamins. I think most of the time what fails us in our goals and in our habits, because we have to do many different steps, and sometimes we're like, before you come on the last step, you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. So I do this dosage for 2 weeks, so I have enough vitamins for 2 weeks. When I'm going to take them, I just take, open, boom, take all of them at once. That means the chance of me taking the vitamins is bigger than if I was going to have to open all these bottles with my vitamins. Yes. Number 2 is being consistent and being motivated to go to the gym is very difficult. Can be difficult for some people, and I think for me I also find it difficult. I think when I get into the rhythm, then it's okay, but before I get into the rhythm, it can be really challenging. You always feel like you come up with some excuses. For me, I wake up sometimes in the morning and I'm like, yes, I'm going to go to the gym. Then I start to try to find the shoes I'm going to wear, try to find the top that matches the shorts or the trousers, the leggings I'm going to wear, then try to find my bottle, then trying to find my headphones, then trying to find my card and all these things. Sometimes I find myself like, now I've used an hour or two, now it is late, I'm not gonna go. So what I've done, I have my gym bag ready. Everything, most of the things I need is there, apart from my wallet, but almost everything is in there. So sometimes I pack the gym bag, put it in my car, so if I'm coming from work and I want to go to the gym, I just pick up the bag. And again, that's cutting off all these things you should have done, like all these steps, you know, and then you get more motivated. I really want to get in shape, and like at my age, like if you're past 40, you know, you really need to be doing strength training, and most of us, we don't have these machines at home, so I can do a lot of training at home. But I need the strength training, the lifting, I have to go and do it at the gym. So having my bag ready makes it easy for me to do this activity. Yes, number 3, no alcohol. I stopped drinking last year in February. I was sick. I was having so much pain in my joints. They could not figure out what was wrong with me. They made different tests. They made different scanning. Thank God here in Denmark, all these things are free. I went to the doctor several times. I actually even took off, I think maybe 14 days I was home because I was having so much pain. They could not figure out why I was having so much pain. All my scans, they were good, lucky enough. And when the doctor was checking me, saying, do this, bend over, she was like, wow, you're bending like somebody who is 20. So they couldn't figure out what's wrong with me. But yeah, and then the thing, they said maybe I was having fibromyalgia. I can't say that word. Yes, I think they said that's what I was having, and for that there is no cure, so you have to, sometimes, mostly it's a change of lifestyle. So I did my own research, like what are the things that can be giving pain and all that. So I started changing some of my diet. I didn't change my diet a lot, but the biggest thing I did, I stopped drinking alcohol. Yes, I stopped last year in February. It's going to be a year, almost a year now. So I stopped drinking alcohol, and I feel a change in my body. I feel the change in my mental status. I feel like so clear. My head is so clear. I can't explain it. And the funny thing is, like I felt like I was almost beginning to maybe like be addicted to alcohol. Not like that, like I was not drinking and getting drunk, but the liking, you know, like sometimes I'm like, wow, the beer has a very nice smell. And here in the summertime, because we were inside like half the year of our life, so when the summer comes, everybody wants to have a good time. So people are enjoying wine and white wine and beer and all that sitting outside. I do drink sometimes a glass of wine, and for some people they might think, oh, you are so boring, but yeah, for me, I love how I feel without alcohol. And I think for me right now at my age, if you're over 40, the most important thing right now is take care of your gut health. And what way to take care of your gut health than stop drinking? And I'm not advertising for people to stop drinking. Do you, whatever is working for you. But for me, cutting out alcohol in my life has been a game changer. Another thing I've implemented in my life is stretching. Again, it goes back to those days when I was not feeling well, I was having pain and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. So I was like, let me stretch this body. Maybe my muscles, they are stiff or something like that, but I just started stretching. And like I said, some of these habits, you just have to start. And as soon as you keep on doing it, sometimes it just becomes like a normal thing for you. Like in the evening, you brush your teeth. It's something you do. So some of these habits, they just become like a normal thing and you don't even have to think about it. The same thing with the stretching. It has just become a normal routine for me. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I think of, boiling water for my tea, making my tea, finding my mat, going on the floor and stretching. I don't do that every day like when I have to go to work. But on my free days, and sometimes if I wake up early, then I can put in like at least 10 minutes of stretching. So stretching, I feel good. I'm so flexible. I feel like some of these positions I'm doing, I could never do them before I started stretching. But the more I'm stretching, the more my body is becoming so flexible, and I'm surprised of how many things I can do. So stretching has been one of those good habits that I've introduced into my life. So guys, if you are over 40, we should not be letting ourselves down. You should start stretching and you're going to be happy you started doing that. Yes, and number 5 is cutting out time on social media and television. My goodness, I think not last year actually, I think in the beginning of last year and before, I was like that kind of person. Oh, I have to post. Oh, I have to post 3 times a week. Oh, I almost got those apps like the ones that make you schedule so when you should post on Instagram, you know. And I just got tired of it. And Instagram, I used to get like a lot of views on Instagram, and suddenly I wasn't getting anything. And I was like, why am I putting in this hard work for what reason, you know? I rather put on my energy in YouTube, because Instagram is like, even just watching it, there's so much nonsense on Instagram. And sometimes you're like, what is this, you know? And some of these nonsense are the ones who are getting all the views. So yeah, I cut out this. I do check my Instagram and I do post, but I'm not possessive about it like I was before. Like I have to post, you know, like I have to post at this time. People saying, oh, you have to post at this time, you have posted how many times, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to be engaged, which means you have to be in there writing and communicating with your followers. No, I do not have time for that. So what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to fall asleep with a book, you know. I take a book and maybe read 1 page or whatever, and then I fall asleep to that. So I'm still struggling with that, but I'm working on that. I rather spend my time doing my YouTube videos, or at least watching YouTube videos to get some inspiration. Another thing is walking. I don't think this is very new, but Ian and I, we've been walking. We used to run. I think when I met Ian, he used to run a lot, and we used to run, but my knees are not so happy about this running thing. And I don't actually really enjoy running, but I enjoy walking. I enjoy like walking on a high pace. Yeah, I love walking on a high pace. So we do walk like very fast, and especially if I'm walking alone, I walk really fast. And especially like right now, it's cold outside. I fell the other day outside. It's ice on the ground, so we are not going out so much. But sometimes if it's not so icy on the ground, even if we take 15 minutes around the neighborhood, it's better than nothing. So I have to go outside. We are inside so much, like I get headache when I don't go outside, because of we are inside here. There's not getting any nice fresh air. So sometimes if I don't go outside for days, I'm going to get a headache. But normally, like if the weather is good, the snow is not there, even during the winter, we walk. I'm doing these 2 things, you know. I'm still going to the gym, but I'm still doing my walk. My walk, I can get some sun, I can get some fresh air, and maybe I can also burn some calories. So walking is a good thing. If you don't like the gym, if you don't like running, put on your shoes and walk, even if it's just 10 minutes. I think again it's a habit. Just start with maybe with 10 minutes, then push on like 15 minutes, and then you're gonna see maybe you're on 30 minutes and you're gonna love it. I love it. I put on my music and I look at the whatever is out there in the nature, you know, like, yeah, if it's spring, it's summer, there's always something happening in nature, and I just enjoy it. It makes my walking very easy. So guys, go walk. Don't stay inside, especially if you're here in Europe and it's cold like this. We still have like maybe February, March before we can start coming outside. Another thing that I've implemented in my life is a stepper. I saw this lady, like, she's in really, really good shape, but I don't think she only uses a shaper, but she does step on her. Yeah, she does a lot of stepping, and she has a YouTube. If I find her name, I can leave it up here. She has a YouTube and she does a lot of stepping, and she looks like she was so much in shape. And I loved stepping in the gym, but I've noticed some of these gyms, they don't have these stepping machines, and I think because a lot of people they're challenged, you know, it's not easy to do this stepping. Most of the time when I was in the gym, I felt like I was almost the only one that was on the stepper. It was never occupied, so I don't see it in a lot of gyms, but I got a stepper. If I don't feel like going to the gym, if the weather is really, really bad and I don't want to start my car, like today, my car is just filled with snow, I just go on my stepper, put on my music I like, maybe just stand in the front of the television, watch whatever is on the television, step. Before I know it, I've stepped for half an hour. Before I know it, I've stepped for an hour. This works my lower body, this works my core, this works my legs, it works my whole lower body. So because I'm a lazy gym person, when I go to the gym, most of the time I'm working on my upper body. I work my hands, I work my back and all that, because yeah, sometimes it just feels like the easy thing when I'm there and I'm not feeling it. I just work my upper body. But when I'm stepping, I'm working my lower body. But find something that you can do at home. If you don't like stepping and all that, there is so many popular ladies who have been losing weight just by dancing, you know. The whole thing is about moving your body, guys. Move your body, and especially if you're my age or over, move your bodies. You're going to be happy for it later on. Number 7 is wearing makeup. I used to wear makeup every day when I was working in the hospital. I don't know, it was a bad habit. It was not because I felt not beautiful without makeup. It was just a bad habit I had. So, and I think it was my routine. I have this weird routine in the morning. I'm a morning person. So when I wake up, I like to relax, and I don't want everything to go fast. I make myself a cup of tea and I used to put on my makeup. So it just, like, my day started very nicely. But I don't need the makeup, so I stopped wearing makeup. I think the whole of the last 2 years when I've been working at this rehabilitation center, I've not been wearing makeup. And I don't know, maybe it was also because I'm working with older people. I don't want to say old, elderly people, so I didn't feel like they didn't care how I look, you know, they maybe don't even notice. So I didn't wear makeup. So for 2 years I've not been wearing makeup at work. I do still wear makeup if I'm going for dinner, if I'm doing a video like today. I do like to wear makeup, but yeah, normally I'm not wearing makeup. And I must say I don't feel like it has done anything for my skin, like my skin feels better, because when I was wearing makeup, I used to take extra care of my skin, because I had to remove the makeup, wash my skin, moisturize, all that. But now I don't wear makeup. Sometimes in the evening I just don't do any moisturizing and all that. So it has not made a big difference how my skin looks. My skin still looks healthy, but I think these products, they have bad chemicals in them that are not good for us, that are disturbing our hormone balance. So if you are my age also, that's when we start maybe experiencing a lot of hormone imbalance problems. So yeah, I'm not wearing makeup, and yeah, that's how it is. But I think it's going to be for the best if I haven't caused any damages already, because I've been wearing makeup for, when I was working as a nurse, I think for the 5 years I used to wear makeup every day, and it looks beautiful. But yeah, no makeup for me. And number 8 is weekly dinner plans. Yes, Yan and I, we always on Sunday we sit down and like say what do we want to eat for the whole week, from at least from Monday to Friday. We want to have a plan from Monday to Friday. We sit down and write what we want to eat. Then we make a shopping list. Then go do our shopping. And sometimes we just prepare, like make big portions, you know, put in the freezer. But the thing is, like, if we don't do that, it's always like, yeah, and oh, Millie, what are we going to have for dinner? Oh, I don't know. Just buy a pizza. Next day, oh, what are we going to have? Oh, I don't know. Just go on McDonald's or something like that. Or just buy something already made, which like we don't know what is in it. So doing this meal prepping for our making this meal plan for a whole week makes it easier for us to eat healthy. So we choose some healthy food and then we have it here, and then we can just cook it instead for going for this junk. So now we make our meal plan, and then we also make sure that there's enough like meat or enough frozen beans and stuff like that. In case we have no plan, we can just cook some beans and rice, and we are ready to go. Number 9, we don't buy unhealthy junk, what's called snacks. We don't have snacks in the house. No, because if we have snacks in the house, I know I'll eat them. And when I open a bag of chips, Jan is going to join me and then we're going to eat it. No, because this whole thing like, oh, let's buy some snacks in case the neighbors come by or in case some friends come by. No, we don't do that because we cannot leave them alone. I cannot leave them alone. So we don't buy snacks just to sit there and wait for visitors to come. If we know people are coming over, we buy the snacks, and then that's it. So I think that has really helped, because for me, a bag of chip, I'm going to eat it. If I open a chocolate, I cannot say, let me eat half of it and keep it. I'm not good at that. I cannot do it. I don't have that strength. So it's better I don't have it in my house. Yes, and number 10 is caffeine. I learned how to drink coffee in Denmark. I never used to drink coffee. And even I think maybe the first 10, 15 years, maybe even, I never drank coffee, you know. But suddenly I think all this working like a nurse, I don't know, like some stress there got me to start drinking coffee. I don't know. So suddenly I started drinking coffee, and yeah, I went from being that person who drank tea in the morning to starting drinking coffee. And suddenly I started feeling like heartburn, you know, and I was like, I wonder what that is, because I would feel these heartburns right after I had coffee. And I was like, I wonder if that is coffee. So I started cutting out coffee. I stopped, eliminating the coffee, and I felt like I was feeling better. So I'm cutting out coffee. Once in a while I do drink a cup of coffee, but the thing, I start with my cup of tea. So coffee is not the first thing that hits my gut. But I've also realized, like the elder people at my working place, because sometimes I'm like, if I don't know them, I'm like, oh, can I give you a cup of coffee? And like, no, I don't drink coffee. And I'm like, what? Because most Danish people do drink coffee. And like, no, I stopped drinking coffee. And when I ask them, they say the same thing. Like, they started having this terrible heartburn. So I'll cut out coffee. I do drink coffee once in a while, sometimes like even on a daily basis, but it's a caffeine-free coffee, and I drink that after I've had 2 cups of tea maybe. And when I say tea, people might say, yeah, but there's caffeine in tea. But my tea, like, I put in the tea leaf like just a few seconds and I take it out just to give it a small taste. So I don't like drink strong coffee. I don't think like my life is so healthy. I'm not like an extreme that I have to be healthy, but I'm so focused on my gut health. Every time I'm thinking like, what is this thing going to do for my gut, you know? What is this thing going to make me feel bloated and all that, because I suffer from bloating. So yeah, I'm not extreme, but I'm really working on that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and please like the video, share it, and stay tuned for more videos like this, and subscribe. All right, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Bye.